So let's get right into it. For your central theme for June, your central message, Page of Wands in reverse. So what this is it's page energy, which is youthful energy. It is vital energy. It's passionate. It's enthusiastic. It's all about fire, which is taking action and having the energy for something. It's like going forward. And pages usually represent someone who's a novice or a beginner at something, but who is open and willing. So this is kind of like saying, sign me up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to jump into action. I'm ready for movement. I'm ready for it. Whatever that thing is. With it in reverse, it's the energy of the page is still here, and it's still showing a certain openness, a certain vitality, a passion, enthusiasm, all those action and energy words, fire words, but it's just got like a layer of dampening over it. So it could just be in delay, like you're ready and willing, but it's just being slowed down yet. Or there's like one more layer that needs to be peeled back before he fully arrives. So this is kind of like an emerging theme. It's not quite here yet, but it's emerging. It's coming through. And sometimes when things are in reverse, it means that there's doubt, fear, or resistance to letting the thing come up. I usually use that image, like I believe it's in Abraham Hicks, of a cork on water. So the cork on the water is its natural state. It's how it shows up, just in its upright position. When there's doubt, fear, or especially resistance holding it down, then that's how the card is in the reverse. It's like something's holding it down. It wants to pop up and be like this. It just wants to come and be there, but it's being held down or suppressed. So this could just be delay. This could be like you kind of feel like a fire brewing, like you're ready to be open, you're ready to take action, you're ready to be in the game, is what Page of Wands says. Sign me up, I'm on the bench, I'm ready to go. Put me in. It's almost like a soccer or football game or basketball game where the young player's like, come on, coach, put me in. Let me show what I've got. I'm ready to go in. I'm ready to do it. But in reverse, it's kind of like, am I sure? Am I ready? Maybe there's a little bit of nervousness. I'm not sure what that is. Doubt, fear, or resistance to Page of Wands coming through fully. But this is an openness, a willingness, a fieriness, passion, enthusiasm, vitality. It's like, I'm ready to get in the game. Maybe some of you are almost ready to get in the game. That's your general theme for June. The Page of Wands wants to emerge. What is in shadow is Ten of Cups. So this is family. This is family reunion. This is joy. This is peace. It's Ten of Cups, so it's the most amount of cups that can appear on a card. So it's like fulfilling. It's when your heart, you can see the family here is joyous. So it's joy, it's peace, it is love. It especially has to do with the family. It's contentment. What I see here, Pisces, is that there is this joyous family, but it's in the shadows. So like Page, it's almost available to you. It might just be right around the corner. It might be that this is ready to approach, that it's just in delay. I always say whatever's in the shadow position is kind of like, this is what's hanging out in a room, but the lights are off and it's dark. And all you need to do is switch on the light to see it. But that's kind of like what's hanging out in the shadows. So happiness, joy in the family, it's kind of like it's available to you, but you may not see it. Or it may be on its way. It may not have arrived yet. I'm kind of getting the image of like it's on a train coming to you, but it's not quite at the station yet. So that's Ten of Cups in the shadow position, just below your consciousness. But it's here. It's hanging out. You just kind of, it's almost like if it's underwater or under soil and you just have to dig it up, or you have to fish it out of the water, it's there. What's passing away, and I love this for you, Pisces, in June, is Nine of Wands. This is my Cool Hand Luke card, as I mentioned, and the image of Cool Hand Luke is that he keeps getting knocked. The reason I call it that is because in the movie, he keeps getting knocked down, and he keeps getting back up. So it's the survivor card. But what it sometimes also means is like feeling like you're always having to be in a survival mode, like always looking over your shoulder for the next attack, feeling a little bit defensive, feeling a little bit cautious or wary. So what this says is that you won't always have to be looking over your shoulder for the next attack. You won't always have to be in survival mode. That's passing away. That feeling of being like on the defense, or feeling like you are keeping everyone else at bay, or that your trouble's coming at you, that you're in danger, maybe just feeling like you keep getting knocked down and have to keep getting back up. This feeling of whatever survivorship, long enduring and like kind of hurt and wounded, that's passing away, Pisces, which I really like. And guess what? It's sort of like a renewal or like fresh energy. Those are two words that really work for Page of Wands. Fresh energy. This is coming in. And it's only after that goes out that this can come in. That you say, wow, you know what? I do feel refreshed. I do feel renewed. I feel like I have a new vitality. I feel like I have a new enthusiasm. You just have to let it in. You just have to remove whatever that film is that's standing in your way. Some of you already know what that is. Some of you know, like, there's just some residue that you have to clear out, and then you go from being this to this. From being the guy who always has to look over his shoulder and keeps getting knocked down and getting back up, and he's like, no, it's my day. I'm clear. I'm ready. I'm willing to get in the game. Come on, coach, put me in. So some of you have been waiting to be put in the game. Your time's coming, Pisces, and June may be it. I'm kind of getting that it comes along with the second half of June when there's a lot of work involved, but that's okay. Your work is going to have results. What's coming in for you, what's approaching, is High Priestess. And this, I love this for you, Pisces. It means getting quiet. It means tuning into yourself. It means like tuning out all the chaos of the world and getting clear about what you know. Like, you know the truth. That's what the scroll on your lap represents. And Pisces, you're a very intuitive sign as it is. That's what this crescent moon represents, is getting in touch with your feelings, getting in touch with the inner you, your inner wisdom, your inner knowing. I'm getting, for some of you, it's about self-renewal, getting quiet and listening for that quiet voice inside that knows the truth, and receiving information that you recognize as the truth. That's what this whole card is about, actually, is receiving information. This is the Temple of Solomon, where she's sitting. These are the columns, Boaz and Joachim, that hold up that Solomon Temple of Truth and Wisdom. And she's sitting in it. She's receiving all that information. It's like she's sitting in a library and she's just downloading information. So that's what's coming in for you, Pisces. Time to get quiet. Time to acknowledge what you know on an inner soul level. And then this card is what's highlighted for you. This is Six of Swords. And this is a card about healing and recovery. Usually it means one of three things. So it can be many more, but I usually highlight three features of it. Is that it could be you helping someone else recover, or someone else helping you recover, or you helping yourself heal and recover from something. I always point out that there's these choppy waters here, rough seas, rough waters, and going to smoother horizons, going somewhere new, going to new horizons and somewhere where it's clearer and smoother. So what's highlighted for you during June is, what is your resistance or your fear or your doubt about receiving help or going somewhere new or helping yourself? Actually, I'm getting that a lot for you, Pisces. Is there any fear, doubt, or resistance towards healing from something? Is it hard to heal? Is it hard to take yourself somewhere new? I see you doing it. I see you taking, finding this inner strength and new vitality and taking yourself somewhere new and healing and recovering in that process. So it's kind of interesting there. When things are in reverse like this, it says doubt, fear, or resistance. What's your resistance to that, Pisces? Is it uncomfortable because it says a new way of being? Or is there a fear of letting that old way go? I'm not sure what this is about in reverse, but in the upright position, it means recovery. going somewhere new, going from the charging challenge waters to the smooth horizons. Can you let that in? I see you're doing work. I think it might just be tough. And I see here in week 2 that there's something that feels unjust, and you may need to correct whatever that is. It could be like very literal, like an unfair verdict. Someone who's declaring a verdict against you that is unfair, or they're not really weighing the evidence. They're not considering the information that's come in a balanced way. Or it could just be something that you feel is unfair and unjust. It feels like it's not in accordance with the truth. When justice is in reverse, it usually means that things are unbalanced, or they're not in accordance with the truth, or a verdict has been rendered unfairly. The evidence and all of the considerations have not been thought about fairly. Both sides have not been heard. So whatever's going on with that second week of June, Pisces, you may want to take some efforts to correct it, or at least acknowledge it. Like if one side has been heard and the other side hasn't been heard, make sure that both sides are considered, whether it's you and someone else or 2 other people or whatever's going on there. Make sure that the truth prevails if you can. That's when justice holds up the sword, that's when truth prevails. When she's pointing it down, it means that truth is not prevailing. An unfair verdict, an unfair declaration, something that is not in accordance with the truth. And then I see for the second half of June, you guys are going to be working away. Boy, oh boy. Both of these cards are work cards. So 8 of Coins. 8 of Coins is a very productive card. It's the artisan who whistles while he works. He loves what he's doing. He's producing money. He's producing wares that he can sell. It's productive work. It's like just putting your nose to the grindstone and grinding it out, collecting a paycheck, getting a salary, doing the work you love and seeing results from it. 10 of Wands is a little different. 10 of Wands is also a work card, but 10 of Wands kind of means feeling like overburdened, feeling overworked, feeling stressed out, feeling like maybe you took on too much, like your back is breaking and you've been carrying it for too long. So I'm going to say the second half of June, worky, get into it, get working, get productive, get busy, but be careful that you don't take on too much, Pisces. Don't go into the overtime, especially week 4, you're going to burn yourself out. So, and don't take on responsibilities that aren't yours. Take on all your own responsibilities. You're going to love that. You're going to love feeling productive. You're going to love working away. If you don't have a job, it's a great time to go out and get one. But I just see you thriving in your work environment, making money. But be careful week 4 of June that you don't take on so much that you feel overburdened, or that you feel like it's going to break your back, that you feel like, oh gosh, I don't know, I took on so much, I don't know if I can do it. So, and a lot of times this card means taking on other people's responsibilities. So I'm going to say, if everyone's asking you to cover their shifts, feel free to say no. That make sure that you can cover yours first, and in a way where you feel like you have the energy, that you're not burning yourself out, that you have that young spring in your step. If you take on too much, you become less capable. So second half of June really features work, Pisces. I like that for you. It's going to feel really productive in week 3. But in week 4, ask yourself, is this all really necessary? Do I need all those hours of overtime? Do I need to cover everyone else's shift? Do I need to carry other people's stuff as well? Or can I just carry my own? Because if you take on too much, then you end up like this. And your meditation card for June, Pisces, is 6 of Coins. And 6 of Coins, you've got some interesting cards here that have balance in them, okay? So justice is about balance and rendering a verdict that's in accordance with the truth. 6 of Coins is about values, but it's also about doing things fairly, handing things out in a fair way. So this is like getting paid a fair wage. This is getting paid what you're worth. In the card, I always see the person who has the money, the person who's receiving the money, and then the person who's not receiving any money. So this is like the employer, the employee, and the person who's unemployed. Or it's a great card of charity and generosity. So I want to ask you, where do you identify with these three characters? Are you the person who has the money who's handing it out? Are you the person who's receiving the money, receiving it from someone else? Or are you someone who's not receiving any money at all? Where is the balance in all of this? How can you be balanced with not only your values, but also in terms of financial considerations? Because coins have to do with the physical world. They represent assets, possessions, money, values. It can be abstract values as well. But you may need to instill a budget. You may think, I want you to ask, when you see this card as your meditation card, what's fair? What is fair? What do I need to keep and what can I give away? What's fair where I get to show up in the situation and what's good for me, and also what's good for the other person? What do they need? So consider values both in terms of money and am I getting paid my fair share? Am I giving the fair share? I always point out when the scales come that they need to balance. So balance, fairness, equity. I really want you to think about what is fair in June. It can especially apply to money, but other things as well. So that's my meditation for you, Pisces, for June. That's my general reading for you. I'm really happy for you that you're letting go of this getting knocked down and having to get back up. That's a very tiring cycle. And you're going to have some new refreshing energy, some new passion, some new drive, some new vitality, but you're just going to have to let it in. It's here waiting for you. As is getting quiet, and receiving in what you know, being willing to heal from something, and maybe around the corner welcoming in some peace from the family. That's hanging out waiting in the shadows for you, Pisces. Be ready to work the second half of June and clear up anything that feels unjust in week 2. There's going to be some real focus on balancing things. What's fair in June? So think that over. And let me know what you come up with, Pisces. Let me know what some of the things that come up for you regarding that theme are.